Breaking news. Ukraine is under a full-scale attack from Russia. Troops have crossed the border and infiltrated Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. Russian troops have also taken over Chernobyl, which raises fears of an ecological disaster. Bombs and missiles have been going off, and at least 40 Ukrainian soldiers have died, with many more injured, civilians included. Many people are attempting to flee their homes. They had to abandon their vehicles because traffic was not moving, and so they set out on foot to the Polish border. Others in Kyiv have sought shelter in underground metro stations. Many world leaders are saying that this is an unjustified attack on Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has declared martial law and has urged anyone who can fight or is willing to fight to come forward, and they will be armed. Tens of thousands of Russians showed up to anti-Putin protests, rallying against the war. At least 1,700 have been arrested. Those numbers are expected to increase. Shortly before bombs began exploding in Ukraine, Russian state television unexpectedly made a broadcast addressed by Russia's President Vladimir Putin.
We urge you to lay down arms immediately and go home. I will explain. All servicemen of the Ukrainian army who comply with this requirement can freely leave the area of military actions and return to their families. Whoever would try to stop us and create further threats to our country, to our people, should know that Russia's response will be immediate and lead you to such consequences that you have never faced in your history.
Many people might be wondering why this war is even occurring. Again, the Ukraine has publicly stated its interest in joining NATO, which was founded in part to deter Soviet expansion, which was met with aggression from Russia. And in 2014, at least 14,000 Ukrainians and Russians died after Russians backed a separatist movement, as both regions declared independence. This came shortly after Ukraine ousted a Russian-aligned president, with Russia being under the dubious claims of protecting ethnic Russians and Russian speakers from Ukrainian persecution, annexed the Crimea region of Ukraine in a move widely condemned by the international community. A principal demand of Russia is to prevent Ukraine from joining NATO. NATO is an alliance between 28 European countries and 2 North American countries, which is dedicated to preserving peace and security in the North Atlantic area. Russia is one of the few Eastern European countries not in the alliance. As of now, Ukraine is not in NATO, therefore they do not have the protections or the guarantees. North Atlantic Treaty Organization will not interfere unless one of their member nations is attacked. Pray for Ukraine.
База взорвалась.
It's a big threat for our lives, and that's why we have so emergency situation. We just need to leave. Someone who has enough of bravery to stay here.
Russia has declared war on Ukraine. As soon as the declaration... Oh, fuck! That's a missile! That's a missile! That's a fucking missile!
That was one of those like...
Holy shit!
У мене тут дома літають ракети. Вон. Полетела. Чу? Я не бачу. Ой, Боже.